Hey guys, I'm here with a review of Bath & Body Works' infamous Campfire Donut. This candle has had lots of buzz going on within the last week or so. This is from the Camp Winter collection for Bath & Body Works, and it has the lid like that with the trees and little snowflakes, and I actually kind of like this packaging. I really like this whole Camp Winter collection and the frosted glass. This is like a tan frosted glass. It's got white wax. I like the lids. I like the packaging. I really like it. I think they're really cute. So these were originally just in test stores over the past few weeks, and then all of a sudden they just decided to bring them to Bath & Body Works and White Barns as, I guess, kind of like a winter like preview type of thing. They had this one along with like winter and hot cocoa and cream and various other ones. But this was the only new one. They have like, I think, Frozen Lake also this new, and Snow Mountain Lodge, but those aren't my stores yet, and I think most people don't have those at their stores yet, but they might be trickling in. I think maybe I've heard they're gonna have a new floor set on Monday, October 9th, this coming Monday. So they might come out then, maybe, possibly. But so far this was the only new one out of that collection at my store anyway. So I picked it up and burned it. I'm almost pretty much through. I'm about down to here. I have maybe 1 to 2 burns left probably. So I'll read you the description of Campfire Donut. Made with notes of powdered sugar, glazed donuts, and cedarwood essential oil. So these ones here are, it says made with essential oils. So now some of these, I think all these in this collection say made with essential oils. They've been doing that a lot lately with their candles, been putting like essential oils in them. So I don't know if that kind of makes a difference with the notes. On some of the ones like winter, I think a lot of people are thinking they smell slightly different because of the essential oils. So they smell somewhat different. I'm not sure exactly if that is true or not, but because I haven't tried any of those other ones that I've had before. But supposedly they may be slightly different. So with this candle here, I basically get pretty much a bread scent. There's been lots of talk that this could be like a repackage of French baguette that was way back in the day, way before I started burning Bath & Body Works candles. I've never had that candle or smelled that candle, so I can't compare at all if this is similar to that. I've only heard people that have said they thought it could be similar. I've also heard people say it could be similar to chestnut glazed croissant, I believe. I never had that one either, and I've never smelled that one, so I can't compare it to that one either. But I do feel that it's a bread scent. The main scent I kind of get is just like a bready, like a buttery, sourdough type of bread. It's definitely got like a sour quality to it, and a bread note. It's like bread in like the oven with like a sourdough bread in the oven, and then like a little bit of butter glazed on it. It's really like bread in the oven. It's really, really good. If you like bread scents, I think you like this, because that's totally what I pick up on it. Powdered sugar, it says, I kind of get a little slight sweetness. There's a slight sweetness to it a little bit. And sometimes I think maybe I could kind of see maybe them like a glazed donut kind of a scent to it. Not like a fried donut scent, like Cinnamon Sugar Donut had like a fried scent. This isn't fried type of donut. It's more like a donut in the oven, glazed donut in the oven, and maybe just a little bit of powdered sugar. I don't know about like a real glazy icing type of scent in here. It says glazed donut, but I get more just like a powdered sugar on like a donut. But it's not a fried donut. I kind of get that kind of a sweetness in there as well, but I really get the bread note. I really get mostly, when it's burning, I mostly got like just warm bread, sourdough bread, and then oven, and with a little butter. It's not super, super buttery, but just slightly buttery bread. That's really what it comes off when burning anyway, but I really like it. I love bread scents. The only bread scent I've had has been fresh baked bread from Kringle, and I really like that one a lot. That one was really good. This one is similar, but I think Kringle's was a little bit more authentic than this one was. But this one's really good though. I do really like this one. It did have a little bit of a lot of people are calling it a rancid note to it. The first time I burned it, it had this weird note to it. I was smelling that bread, baked bread kind of smell, but then every once in a while I would get this off-putting scent that would hit me as well. Not the whole time, but just every now and then I'd be smelling this nice baked bread smell, and then all of a sudden I'd smell this weird kind of, I had kind of called it like almost like a pea smell, kind of, but not like a cat pea. A lot of people think certain candles have a cat pea scent, kind of like Christmas wreath from Yankee Candle. People call that cat pea wreath. They think it smells like cat pea. It's more of like a different kind of pea. I can't believe I'm comparing different kind of pea scents. But it's not like a cat pea scent, it was just a different kind of pea. Maybe like a kid's diaper pea? I don't know. I don't know, but it had that kind of a note to it. And Melissa on Norma's Candle Dancers Candle group, I posted about this candle, or she did, one of the two, but she had commented that she thought it smelled like yeasty feet. That's a really good description too, because it does kind of have a feet smell to it too a little bit at first, but that was only on the first burn. After that, it wasn't as bad, so either I got used to it or it just went away. I think it just kind of went away because I think I would have still smelled it if it was still there. But after the second burn, I didn't really get that at all. It was just that first initial burn. And even on cold sniff, when I first smelled it, I kind of got that little bit of an off-putting note in there. But yeah, like I said though, it went away after that and it was fine the rest of the way. So I don't really know why they call it Campfire Donut necessarily, and I don't really know what a Campfire Donut necessarily is. I didn't know you really had donuts at a campfire, but as far as it being called donut, like I said, I kind of get that little bit of sweetness in there, and kind of like maybe a glazed donut before you put all the glazed on there, icing on there in an oven, and then the more just kind of like a powdered sugariness on there. But mostly I just get mostly a bread scent. And I don't even know if this, I kind of don't know why, it's not really a Christmas scent either, so it's for winter, for the Christmas time. I don't really relate this scent at all. It doesn't remind me of Christmas really at all. It could be pretty much any time, because you can bake bread anytime. You can bake bread in the fall, winter, spring, summer, whatever. So it kind of could just be a whatever scent, even though I kind of think it would be more for cooler months, like warm. I don't think I would want to burn this so much more in the summertime as I would maybe in during more cooler, colder weather probably. And then it also says cedarwood oil. I don't get any cedarwood whatsoever in this. No, nothing at all. I've heard, most people I've heard don't get any kind of cedarwood, and I've not heard one person says they smell cedarwood in this candle, so I'm not even sure why they put that on there, because I don't get any kind of cedarwood oil in this at all. The burn on this, it was one of those ones that took a long time. A lot of their candles lately I've been burning have been taking a long time to pull out, which is really weird because Bath & Body Works usually pull out really quickly, really fine. But this one was, it wouldn't pull out all the way for the longest time. It'd be like 2 or 3 hours and it wasn't even completely melted on the sides. So I ended up sticking a cotton ball in there to absorb the wax. I blew it out, stuck the cotton ball in it, I cotton balled it, and I relit it, and then the flames would get a little bit higher. The flames weren't puny at all, but they just weren't as high as they could be, so that I wanted to do that so they would pull out all the rest of the way. So I cotton balled it to get the flames even more higher than what they were, even though they weren't puny. And then it would finally pull out faster the rest of the way, and then it would get stronger because of that, because when it wasn't pulled out all the way, it wasn't as strong as it could be. So once I did that, it would pull out all the way, and then it would be a little stronger because of that. But that happened almost every time I burned it. It would struggle to pull out, and it wasn't necessarily puny wicks, but they just weren't as high as they could be. So I would cotton ball it so that the flames would go higher, and then it would melt all the way, and then it would be stronger. So that's how the burn was with that. It struggled to pull out. So I just cotton balled it to get a little kick to get it going. But once I did that, it burned pretty good. So the throw on this, it was a little light at first, but once I cotton balled it and got that pull going, it did get better. The first burn, the throw was fairly light, and then it kind of kicked in a little bit, like towards the second burn. I had in the living room here, and I had the fan on. It was blowing the scent around, because it was blowing by the candle, the scent was going around the living room, and I was really smelling it really nice. The next day I put it in the bedroom, and then I couldn't smell it as well, which was really weird because I just posted on Instagram and I could smell it really good. I had like a 6.5, 7 throw, and then the next day in the bedroom it wasn't throwing as strong. Then I moved it back into the living room again, had the fan going, and it was better once that fan was kind of blowing the scent around a little bit. I don't think you necessarily should have to do that, but that happens sometimes when you have a fan going. But then I turned the fan off. I thought, let me turn the fan off and see if I can smell it. And I did still smell it even when I turned the fan off. Of course, it was a little bit more when I turned the fan on because it was just blowing it around the air more. But I could still smell it when I turned the fan off as well. So it did pick up a little bit more towards the last, after the halfway point, a little bit more, it started picking up again. But overall, I'd say that there was probably about, when it was a little bit lighter, I would say maybe like a 6 at the lightest point. Sometimes 5.5 to 6 when I got really light, but then when I could smell it, it was about 6.5 to 7. But I smelled it most of the time. Some people I've heard are saying they don't get bread. They are just getting like a sweetness from it. So I don't know if there's batch variances. I've heard there could be batch variances. Some people are getting stronger ones, some people get lighter ones, some people get more of a sweet smell, some people get more of a bready smell. I definitely got a bread smell with this one. And mine was a little bit on the lighter side. I wish it was a little bit stronger, more consistently through this. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm really, really happy that Bath & Body Works made a different scent than what they normally make, even though this possibly might be somewhat similar to French baguette or chestnut glazed croissant. Like I said, I haven't had those, so I don't know for sure, but I did really like it, and I definitely would get it again. I think I do want to buy another one because I really, really enjoyed this scent. Maybe the next one might be a little bit stronger. So okay, that is it. This review is going to be kind of long, but I just had a lot to say about this candle. But overall, I did really enjoy it, and I would purchase it again, and I definitely recommend you trying it out and see what you think. So that's my review of Campfire Donut. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.